Hey, greetings to On Point Gambling back again. I apologize for not having a video up this past week. It's been both kind of hectic and a lazy week, so sorry about that. So I do have something new. I call it Balancing the Lay. It's a mixed strategy. It's useful at either a $5 or a $10 table. It will be minimum bet increments of $10, so you can go right to a $10 table and start there. It is a bit expensive. We're doing a $1,000 bankroll because of the lay. And I'll get into it real quickly right here. I'll show you a quick how it's going to work, and then we'll get shooting, probably about 4 to 5 shooters. So here's how the setup works. You're going to start. We'll be working on the come out. So we'll be working the come out. You have the dealer lay the 4 or the 10, your choice. We'll do the 4 for this strategy. Lay the 4 for $100. You're going to bet 44 inside and $20 on the hard 4. So basically, here's what happens for the initial come out roll. If you roll a 2, 3, 11, or 12, nothing happens. If you roll a 10, that'll become the point. There's no money on it. If you roll 5, 6, 8, or 9, you'll get paid, and that'll become the point as well. The big trick now is the 4 and the 7, the only 2 numbers left. If you do roll a 7, you will lose the 44 inside, you'll lose the 20 on the hard 4, but you'll get paid 50 for the lay bet on the 4. You will have to drop $2 for the vig to pay for the $50, so it'll be a net loss of 44 plus 20 is 64 plus the $2 vig. So you'll lose 66, but you'll win back 50, so a net loss of 16. If you happen to hit the 4 the easy way, that's the bad one. You will lose both the lay bet and the hard way, and in that case you'll have to go back up on both of them. If you do hit the 4 the hard way, you will lose the lay bet, but you will win on the hard way. So you have $20 on the hard 8 on the hard 4, which pays 7 to 1. So that is $140. So you'll actually make a profit of $40 once you go back out. I'm sorry, you'll lose the 100, but you'll win 140. So you make a profit of 40. So that's the initial setup. What we're going to try and do is obviously avoid the 4, but we're going to roll and establish a point, and we're going to look for a maximum. Once we establish the point, so let's just say we rolled an 8. So in that case, that's our first roll. They'll start the clock. Our 8 we'll get paid, so we'll get 14. And the reason why I call it balancing the lay, imagine that's your balance point. 4, 5, 6 on one side, 8, 9, 10 on the other. Since we're heavy on the 4 on the low side, any wins, you're going to press both the 8 and the 9. We're looking for either 3 hits on the place bet numbers, or a maximum of 5 rolls from establishing the points. So if you only hit 2 place numbers, but you rolled 5 times, you're done. You're going to take all of the place bet numbers plus the presses down and just ride out the 4 on the lay bet and the 4 hard way until that's resolved. So let me give you a brief synopsis. So let's just say, in this case, the 8 was our first roll, come out roll. The 8 was the points. We get paid $14. Have the dealer press the 8 and 9 because it's the opposite side, the low and the high side from 4. Let's say you roll again and you rolled a 2. That'll be our first roll. So count that as 1 roll. Let's say we rolled a 10, no money there, that'd be our second roll. If we rolled, the next roll is a 9, we got paid 15 on there, so we get paid 21. At this point, I would press at least 1 unit on each. In this case, you can, if you want to collect the 10, that's fine. If you want to press the 9, we're up to 25, that's cool. And rack up that. If you want to drop another dollar, take the 8 right up to 30, that's fine as well. But that would be our second hit on third roll. And then just looking for either one more place bet hit or that fifth roll. Once you hit that fifth roll, all this comes down. Now, if you want to be a little more conservative at this point, you can reduce your lay bet on the 4 to $50 and take your hard way down to 10. It's completely up to you. We're gonna run it out with the $100 on the 4 on the hard way, and until that's either resolved or until we either lose it or until the shooter sevens out. If in this case, when you have everything down and you're left with the 4 hard way and the 4 lay bet and the 4 is rolled, I would just basically, I wouldn't go back out on it. I would just let the shooter finish out until the next shooter and then start fresh. If in the early part of the strategy, whether it's a come out roll or whether you're waiting for either that third place bet or the fifth shot, if you do lose the lay bet, once again, I would go back out on it. So that's why it's a $1,000 bankroll. It's actually really only enough for 4 shooters plus some money left over in case you do lose the 4. So that's the bones of strategy. We'll get shooting here, and we'll get started. So like I said, we are going to be working on the come out. You're going to drop the dealer $166 to go out on your bets. I'm sorry, $164. You're going to keep $2 of that $166 in reserve to cover the possible vig for the 4. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to WagerMeThis for the hard way. In his strategies, he actually does a $25 hard way bet, which would pay $175. I wasn't feeling that rich, so I knocked it down to 20 just to be a little more conservative. But big shout out to WagerMeThis for his toolbox video series. It's been a great educational series of videos. I'll put a link in the description. I highly recommend checking him out. He does a great job for Craps Nation. And while I'm on that topic, please do all these for me. And so let's get started. So we are working on the come out. Once again, $100 on the lay on the 4, 44 inside, 20 on the hard way. There it is. And here we go. All right, so we got 7 on the come out. Drop $2 to pay the vig. And we're going to go back out on the insides and the hard way. Ten's our point. So once again, this is where we're going to start the clock. $8, so we get paid on the 8, $14. So we press the 8 and a 9. And we 7'd out. Okay. So at this point, we did get burned twice on the shooter. For the sake of the video, I will keep shooting, but if you want to just basically take down the lay and basically ride this shooter out and try again with the next one. That's completely up to you. I know this initial part of the strategy where you're still losing $16 to hit that lay, it's a little tough to work, but we'll keep shooting again, and we'll see if we can make it work. Nine is the points. I paid 14. Six, hard way. So once again, we're going to press the high end number. That's our second hit. There's our third. I'm sorry, that's our technically our second hit because we don't count the initial place bet. So 5, it's going to pay 14 again. And 5, so we get paid 14. Now we're going to take everything down and rack the profit on that one. So now it's looking to resolve the 4. 5. 5. 6. 9. So in this case, the point is, if we hit the points, make sure your hard weight is working with the dealer. 10. And 7. So we do lose the hard way. You get paid 50 for $2 big. All right, so at this point, if for your bankroll purposes, if you want to take that $100 down and put it in your profit rack, you can. I'm just going to keep it up there, and we'll keep shooting. Once again, working on the come out, our points is a 9. You get paid 14. $10. 5. 6. 8. There we go, perfect. So the $30 on the 8 is going to pay 35. and then ask the dealer to take all your place bets down. Now we just roll out the 4. So we hit our points. And 7 on the come out. So we do lose the hard way, we'll get paid on the lay. Since that was a come out roll, we can go back out. Obviously, you would go back out because why not? Eights is our points. We got 5. I'm gonna drop 1 for 15, make it easier. And because I have a lot of whites up in my rack. And 4, so it's not what you want, but it was the hard way. So once again, we will lose the lay. But we will get paid 140 for the hard way. So we'll go back out, rack that up. So that was our second roll, our first hit. Well, we saw the first hit from the 5. Another 5. Clean these up. And a 5. So third hit. Take everything down. And now just rolling for the 4. I'm sorry, rolling to resolve the 4. 6, hard. 9. Another 9. And 4 the easy way. So we do lose both bets. Now at this point, we made enough money on that shooter. We lost the hard way. We lost the hard way on the lay. So I would just let the shooter continue his roll. We'll just do that real quick. 10, 7. Okay. So, save the video. We'll do one more round. You kind of get the idea of how this works from what I've just done. So we'll do one more shooter. Set on the come out. So, like I said, we would lose 44 plus 20, so we would lose 64. That covers the vig, we get paid 50. $10. And 7 out. So that's the quick one. We do lose, like I said, we lose the inside bets. We lose the hard way. We get paid 50 for a $2 vig. We'll cut it short there. We'll see what we got left. So we had $460 left from the initial bankroll. So from the profit rack, I pulled down $644 for a total of $1104. So we made $140 for that 3 shooters. It's not a bad little strategy. People may ask why I'm only pressing the 8 and the 9 instead of, like, say, the 6 and the 8 or the 5 and the 9, or pressing all the inside numbers when I get higher payouts. It's just what I decided to do. Just, I don't know. I like the idea of you're heavy on the 4 on the low side. So we'll put the pressing numbers onto the 8 and the 9 to kind of balance the lay. I don't know, it's just want to have a little fun with it. So if you want to leave me a comment, let me know how you think about the strategy. If you do something differently, let me know. And until next time, I'll see you at the tables, and everyone stay safe.